You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early edition spoilers for May 26th through the 30th. Xander explodes at Sarah, and Kayla is delivering some devastating news. Everything in Salem's about to get super, super sad with one tiny silver lining. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click subscribe. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what is coming the rest of this week. So on Wednesday, May 21st, we've got Cat getting a gentle warning from Stephanie, and she may be telling Cat, I want to let you know, but Chad broke my heart. I don't think she's doing this with any ill intent towards Cat, but more of a genuine warning that he may not be ready to move on, because she seems happy with Alex. So I don't think Stephanie is trying to pull any stunts or anything. Paulina takes Johnny and Chanel off guard. EJ just begged Paulina for help, and she wasn't impressed with anything EJ said, but she may actually wind up advocating for peace in the family between Johnny and Dad. And Sarah is confronting Xander, and obviously it's about him beating Philip. And Xander is probably going to find out that Sarah's been lying too. Because remember, Philip was about to rat out Sarah's role in the deception, but then he passed out cold. But Kate knows she might spill the beans, or Philip wakes up and it's the first thing out of his mouth. There's a huge showdown ahead for them. Brady and Alex are worried, and no doubt it's about both Philip and whether Xander did this. And of course, Alex understands Xander's frustrations with Philip. And they're all family, but it's just so soapy and messy. On Thursday, May 22nd, we've got Doug 3 getting some support from Holly, and Doug 3 may be telling her Julie still hates him and he still wants to do right and find that necklace, get it back, and then leave town like Julie wants him to do. It is Ari Horton's birthday, and Gabby goes out with Ari and Marlena. Looks like they're heading over to the pub, and it looks like Ariana may be making a naughty wish on her big day because she is celebrating in her birthday suit with Doug 3. She is in his bed this week. Steve and Sean need some backup. Of course, they're trying to get their hands on the Versavix. Kevin's roommate seems to, I don't know if he's just gone missing or absconded. And, with Philip literally unconscious, they're just trying to do what they can. So this week, it looks like Steve and Hope and possibly Sean, body double John, are going to head to another lab, looks like another lab, and things go badly. In the promo for the week, it does say a new Hope arrives. So maybe a chance, another shot at getting the Versavix. So we'll see, but this is going to be a bad week. Friday, May 23rd. Sierra is with her parents, and she's comforting her mom, Hope, because Beau's death is getting close. It's just about to happen, and the priest shows up to perform last rites, which is right before the end. Julie is praying hard to her beloved Doug Williams, to her husband that she lost, to please find a miraculous way to save Beau Brady. This week, of course, Kayla hears Marlena telling her that she and John have the rest of their lives together. Steve and Sean mentioned on Tuesday that John's on his way back to Salem now that he's been found, but he's going to go on this side quest to get the meds to save Beau. And of course, we're not ever going to see him because Drake Hogestyn was so sick he couldn't film any of these scenes. But then Kayla's also going to tell Marlena what happened with the mission to get what's needed to save Beau's life. And Kayla has to tell Marlena that the lab exploded and John was badly burned when he saved everybody else's life. And I'm sure they got what they needed for Beau. So John saved several lives, a heroic death, but he's not quite dead yet. He's just badly burned. The week of May 26th through the 30th, things take a worse turn. So Doug 3's life is looking up, but the question is, are he and Ariana Horton just a one-night stand, or are they starting something? I mean, surely they don't know each other, so we'll see. Marlena is absolutely devastated. She's got to say goodbye to her beloved John after working so hard to get him home and having this hope that he is going to be there for her. Of course, Brady Black, Belle Black, Steve Johnson, Kayla, Tate Black, Roman Brady, and so many others are going to be crushed and horrified that John was found only to die a hero's death after this explosion, risking his life to save Beau and others. And although Hope and Sierra are thrilled that Beau has survived, they're also going to be devastated that the cost was John's life and Marlena's grief, and of course the grief of John's entire family. These scenes are going to be so hard to watch since we all know what played out in real life with Drake Hogestyn. The investigation into EJ's shooting intensifies, but the focus is about to be on John's funeral, which is in early June. We are going to have a lot of characters returning. We're going to see Sammy Brady, her son Will Horton. We're going to see Carrie Brady. We're going to see Hope Brady, Sierra Brady. No confirmation on Bo Brady, but he is back in Salem soon. I hope it'll be in time for the funeral, especially since John died saving him, but that hasn't been confirmed yet, just that Peter Reckell is back very soon. Andrew Donovan, Paul Narita, and so many others are back to say a very, very sad goodbye to John, but that's not taking place until early June, but we're going to have people starting to trickle in by the end of the week. Xander and Sarah's marriage may be in tatters by then. Of course, she is furious that Xander brutally beat Philip and pretty much left him for dead. And Xander is going to be quite angry that Sarah was conspiring with Philip and lying to him every day. However, she's going to push back hard on Xander because she had the best intentions in this. She wasn't doing it to hurt Xander, but actually to protect him. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, though. So their marriage is about to hit a really rough patch. Philip may, in fact, not press charges on Xander. I'm sure his mom, Kate Roberts, is going to insist that he should. But first of all, Xander could turn around and press charges of fraud and perjury and everything. But above and beyond that, Philip actually genuinely wants his brother Xander back in his life. We'll see if having, this brutal beating on his body changing his mind, but I don't think it will. I think Philip genuinely has brotherly affection for Xander, and I think this physical pain is a manifestation of the emotional pain that Philip has put Xander through. So Philip, in fact, may think that he kind of deserved the royal butt kicking that Xander gave him. So if he doesn't want to press charges, there's nothing the cops can do about it, no matter what Kate says, and she's going to be pushing. Plus, both Philip and Xander have got to pull it together because they have to say goodbye to their other brother, Bo. And in fact, it could be their big brother's death that convinces Philip that he doesn't need to press charges and convinces Xander that Philip has paid enough and he needs to let this slide, and they both let it be bygones, and they bond as brothers as they have to say goodbye to one of their other brothers.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.